So we're going to continue with fractions, and today we're going to be multiplying a unit fraction by number of units. And a unit fraction is just one piece of any fraction on of itself, and the number of units tells how many of those single units we have. For example, the number of units that I want to work with here would be 6, and the unit fraction that I want to work with would be 1/4. So here it's telling me I have a unit of 1/4, and I need to represent that 1/4 unit 6 times. Now the first thing we're going to do is write it in an addition sentence. Now, an addition sentence for this means I need to be repeating my unit fractions by the number of units. So this would be represented as 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my number, which is the number of units, and the unit fraction itself is 1/4. Now I want to go ahead to find out how many whole sets can I put together here to recreate a fraction or a mixed number. I'm checking to see how many wholes I can get. Now by finding out the wholes, I look at the unit that I'm talking about, and the unit is 4, which means if I have 4 parts and I have 4 pieces shaded, or my total is going to be 4, that will make one whole. So here I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So this would be representing one whole. Now I'm going to try to see if I can create another one whole here. This is 1/4, 2/4. Can I make another whole? No, because I do not have enough. Here I have one whole plus, and I'll put these two together. 1/4 plus 1/4 gives me 2/4, and when I add those two fractions, I'm going to get 1 whole plus 2/4 is 1 2/4. So again, I wrote my addition sentence. I was able to group the number of wholes I can get from this fraction, and then I was able to add my fraction with my whole number to get a grand total of 1 2/4. Now what if I wanted to represent this on a number line? And that's a messy number line, I apologize for that. We're starting off with 0. Now again, my number of units becomes very important to me. The number of units also lets me know how many parts I should decompose my number line. So the number of units was 6, which means I decompose my number line into 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my unit fraction, which is my 1/4, tells me how to label or name my fraction, my number line. So my number line would now be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, and 6/4. Then if I wanted to jump or move on my number line, this helps me to know what to do. It says I should have one whole jump and a jump of 2/4. So one whole jump and then a 2/4 jump. Now how do I do my one whole jump? I look up here and I can tell how many parts or how many jumps I should make, or how many should be my whole jump. My whole jump should have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I start from 0, I'm going to be jumping 1, 2, 3, 4. So my first jump is from my 0 to 4. My next jump, it shows me I should have a jump of 2/4, which means I should have 2 jumps. 1, 2, and that would be my next jump. Now how would I name this jump? Well, how many are here? How many 1/4 are here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. So I did 4 times 1/4. And here, how many did I have here? 2 times 1/4. So I could also say that 4 times 1/4 plus 2 times 1/4 will be equal to, and what was my answer? 1 2/4. Number sentence, the addition sentence. Step 1, make my addition sentence. My number of units was 6. My unit fraction was 1/4, which means that I needed to write my 1/4 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I wanted to create how many wholes I was able to get from this addition sentence. I was able to complete 1 whole because my denominator is 4, which means I have to have a total of 4 parts. And that made 1 whole. And the other 2 parts was 2/4. That's 1 whole plus 2/4, giving me 1 2/4. Then on the number line, I was able to use my number of units, tells me how many parts to cut or decompose my number line in. And my fraction, my unit fraction, tells me how to start. And then my first jump was to be 1 whole, which means it should have 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. My second jump should have been 2 parts. 1, 2. And then I could now name it. I did 4 times 1/4, then 2 times 1/4. Now notice both answers would give me back my 6. So I was able to get 4 plus my 2, 6, bring it back with my 1/4. How would I write an expression of that? Well, it pretty much tells me, how did I jump? I jumped this and this. So my first jump was 4 times 1/4, and I also jumped 2 times 1/4, which gave me back a grand total of 1